Waiting for you, the work coming for you.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I thank you, Sandra, for organizing this. And of course, I feel very honored and privileged that you thought of me giving this little lecture, okay?
Oh, yeah.
On cultures and differences and all of that good stuff. So, I mean, I mentioned it already before. I'm 50 years old, okay? I don't feel that way though. I feel like I'm 35 maybe. But I've been around everywhere, okay? So I'm just gonna give you a little bit of an introduction of what I've done and where I'm from. And then I'll get you to what I feel about my different experiences in the different Asian places, because there are certainly a lot of similarities, but there are also huge differences, okay? And you can really almost pack this into different regions, whether you are in Northern Asia, Southeast Asia, and then of course some of the countries in between. So I was born and raised in Germany, in really a small town, Bad Kreuznach, 40,000 people, occupied by the Americans. You know, we had a lot of military forces there, and I grew up in a normal, regular home. And I came into the hotel business very early because my parents had a hotel, and I got pushed into this a little bit through my parents. And long story short, after my military service, I was just about 18 years old or so, I decided to get into the business. I became a chef, okay? Because my father, very old-style German, said, you gotta learn from bottom up, you know, you need a foundation, etc. So, but then I realized very early in my life I wanted to leave, and if I go into this business, I really want to see the world. So my first step outside of my little comfort zone of home was Hamburg, Germany. So I worked there for a year in a very nice Michelin star type restaurant as a chef. And then through my father, with some connections, I ended up in New York. Okay, after that, worked there for only about 9 months in an Italian restaurant right in Rockefeller Center. Fell in love with New York City, but then realized I didn't want to be a chef for the rest of my life. I went back to Germany, to Heidelberg, and did a 2-year hotel management program. Okay, so and I graduated as a certified hotel business administrator, which I used then to change careers. And from then on, I was picked up by an English company, and they moved me into a management training scheme. And then I worked with them in London first for 6 months, then Paris for about 4, and then they sent me back to New York City.